So okay mga people, welcome ulit sa ating vlog for the senior high school lesson, Effective Communication. And of course, gawin muna natin itong warm-up activity. No? Ayan, before tayo mag-proceed. So sabi dito, listen or read to a short story, post, or a conversation. And the task is, you have to answer the following questions. No? At gagamitin natin itong guide question, which is, how do we know which information matters the most? No? So we have to look for the main point, the details that support it, and of course, the unnecessary information. Ayan. So the story is, ito. Sabi niya, girl, grabe, traffic kanina. I left home at 6 a.m. because I really wanted to be early for our presentation. But then may biglang road construction sa highway. Tapos yung jeep na nasakyan ko, super tagal, mapuno, sabi niya, no? I was so stressed kasi our group worked hard on the project and I didn't want my classmates to think I was irresponsible. Good thing our teacher allowed me to explain when I arrived, and I still got to present my part. Honestly, I should probably prepare earlier next time or find another route. Ayan na nga yung mga ano natin, guide questions. So, what do you think is the main point nung conversation na binasa natin? Of course, the main point is the speaker was late because of traffic and transportation delays. Pero, she still managed to present. So, ano yung mga magsusupport na detalye doon sa sinabi nating main point? Of course, nandun yung word na she left early, no? There is a road construction, there is a jeep delay, kasi ang tagal mapuno, sabi niya, di ba? And then, nagwo-worry siya doon sa kanyang presentation. At yung teacher still allowed her to do the explanation or presentation, di ba? So, ano yung mga unnecessary information or pwede nating tanggalin, di ba? Ayan. So, pwede natin tanggalin yung exact time, which is 6 a.m. Kasi di naman siya nagmamatter talaga, di ba? Ayan, for contextualization lang naman siya. O kaya naman, yung jeep, waiting details, no? Ayan. Kasi okay na yung na-delay yung jeep, gano'n, di ba? So, in that sense, magkakaroon tayo ng summarization. We can make the text briefly kasi kailangan natin the main point and the supporting details. And so, our lesson is all about text. And what is text ba? Sabi dito, text are forms of communication that convey meaning. Ayan, they can be found everywhere around us in conversations, books, videos, and more. Understanding text helps us communicate better and interpret the world. So, may mga types of text po tayo. We have the spoken text, which includes speeches, conversations, and podcast. Sa mga written text naman, we have the articles, the essays, the messages. Pag multimodal text naman, we have the videos, the infographics, and then the presentations. Yan. So, dun sa last video natin, we discussed the language and the tone. Now, text naman tayo. So, of course, we all know that texts are everywhere, no? Not just books yung nagko-contain, no? So, including our teacher's announcements, ganyan, no? Yung mga messages natin sa ating crushes, no? Ayan, parents, families, friends, ayan. Yung mga ina-explain, no, ng mga content creators, no, across various social media platforms. Yung mga memes, no, they contain text. The podcast, no? All of these that communicate meaning includes text. Yes. So basically, if something sends a message, matatawag natin siya as a text. For example, yung Facebook post about climate change, yung podcast about mental health, yung class GC ninyo or group chat, yung mga reminders doon, those are all text in different forms, no? So the key is learning how to understand what they're really saying kasi in real life, communication is everywhere. And missing the point can mean missing important information. Kaya kanina nagbigay tayo ng conversation. So our goal there is to not miss the main point. Ayan. So ipagpatuloy natin siya, guys. So the types of text, kanina nabanggit na natin do. We have the spoken, we have the written, and we have the multimodal text. Ayan po sila. Speeches, conversations, podcasts, interviews, announcement, spoken text, lahat yan. For the written naman, ayan, we have the articles, the essays, the messages, the books, the emails. And for the multimodal, the videos, infographics, presentations, social media. Yes! Diba? Kung may mga isip pa kayo, just include there. Discuss natin spoken text. And spoken text includes face-to-face conversations, interviews, podcasts, speeches, and announcements. Ganun pa lang sinasabi at binabasa. These are verbal forms of communications that rely on voice and tone, di ba? And Ayan, spoken text also, kailangan niya ng listening skills. Ano yung mga listening skills na yon? The active listening, the note-taking, the identifying keywords, and of course, the recognizing tone and emphasis are essential for understanding in spoken text effectively. So, kumbaga, ang spoken or ang speaking is katambal ng listening. Tama ka dyan. Okay, spoken texts are all about listening beyond the words. Hindi pwedeng narinig mo lang. Dapat naintindihan mo rin. Yes, di ba? So, yung tone, the emphasis, the poses, ayan, all of these matter. Ayan, pagdating sa mga spoken text. Example, 'di ba? Yung salitang okay. Okay can mean approval, pero pwede rin namang galit. Depende sa delivery, 'di ba? So, parang ganito, think of a class presentation, podcast, ganyan. Okay, yung nanay mo calling you on your full name, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, you need active listening to catch the real message, no? Sometimes, the keyword is obvious, pero sometimes, nasa tone lang siya, no? Implied. So, yes, listening is not passive, it's low-key analysis. Opo, ganun nga siya. Let's go with the written text. Ang written text naman, ang kasama dyan, books, articles, essays, emails, chat messages. Ayan, so lahat ng to ay forms of communication preserved in written form for reading and references. Ayan. So, ang mga skills na kailangan natin kapag sa written, reading skills naman. No? Sila yung magkatambal naman. Kanya sabi natin, the speaking, katambal niya ang listening. Writing naman, katambal niya is reading. Ayan, so we need the skills like skimming, scanning, identifying topic sentences, and of course, highlighting key details. Ayan. So these skills help readers efficiently extract meaning from written content. Kasi nga, written texts are easier kasi pwede mong balikan. Unlike doon sa listening, hindi. No? Unless, ano yan, audio. 'Di ba? Pero kapag real time, hindi siya recorded, ang hirap niyang balikan, 'di ba? Yan. Yun nga lang, mahaba minsan yung binabasa mo sa written, no? Ayan. That's why ang skills like skimming, scanning, napakahalaga niya. They save lives, especially during exams or research. You don't need to memorize every word. No, you only need to find the point. Yes. And for example, pag nagbabasa ka ng mga long posts about school policy changes, no, ang goal mo is not um, to memorize every detail. But of course, ano ba yung gist ng key announcement? No? Ano yung mga topic sentences? Yun. So, ayun yung mga tinitingnan natin. No? Kasi nasa topic sentence usually, yung pinaka main point, they always reveal the main idea fastly. Diba? So, dapat alam mo din, ano ba yung sinasabing topic sentence? Ayan, sa masusunod na video pag-usapan natin yon. Kasi hindi naman siya laging nasa first sentence ng paragraph ang topic sentence. Pwede siyang nasa middle, pwede rin naman siyang nasa last sentence or last part of the paragraph. The last type of text is the multimodal text. So, sa grade 8, dinidiscuss na actually mga multimodal text. Actually, junior high, meron pa rin siya, no? Ayan. So, ang multimodal text, they combine multiple elements to create meaning. Yan, from the term itself, multimodal. So, madaming elements. And of course, this include words, audio, images, videos, and gestures. When these elements work together, they communicate more effectively than any single mode alone. Yes, mas effective sila, especially sa mga learners natin ngayon, di ba? Kasi ano sila, into technology. Gusto nila yung parang mga mabilisan na information. That's why brain rotting happens also. Kasi nga, nasanay sila doon sa mga madadali na mga product. So, understanding how to interpret multimodal content is essential in today's digital world. Ayan. So, tandaan natin, pag sabi multimodal text, they are basically the extra version of communication. Kasi parang there is word, plus may visuals pa, may sounds pa, may gestures pa. No? Ano siya, full packed, no? So, parang ano lang, isipin mo yung TikTok educational videos, meron na siyang captions which falls under the word. Meron pa siyang music which falls under the audio, 'di ba? And then meron siyang transitions sa visuals naman 'yon. Tapos may voice overs pa, no? So hindi lang siya puro words, ano siya, parang nag-ambagan lahat ng elements, guys. So for example na lang din, yung isang vlog about study tips, 'di ba? Pwede siyang gumamit ng mga upbeat music, tapos may mga highlighted text, tapos may mga visuals pa rin siya para maging stronger yung message. Ayan. So pag in-analyze mo siya, multimodal text siya, 'di ba? Ayan. And a common na question when you are analyzing a multimodal text is ano yung sinasabi ng words? Ano yung sinasabi ng visuals, no? Anong connection ng sound? Yan. How they work together? Because sometimes the vibe is part of the message. Hindi lang siya basta sound na yun na parang napagtripan, ayun yung pinili, pero meron siyang connection minsan doon, no? Kaya nga siya multimodal, they work as a group. Common examples include TikTok educational videos, YouTube vlogs, PowerPoint presentations, advertisement. Ayan. So remember, meaning comes from multiple elements working together. So hindi ka lang magpo-focus dun sa text. You also need to analyze the image, the whole video, ayan, no? Even the sound. Ayan. The placement ng mga ano kasi layout, no? Spatial yon. So, ayun yung mga examples, no? A TikTok video, yung pangalawa is mga YouTube vlogs, tapos PowerPoint presentation naman yung last. Gumamit siya ng graphs, di ba? Ayan. So, ganyan ang isang multimodal text. The main idea versus supporting details. Kasi sila yung natin kanina, di ba? Doon pa sa activity, sila yung binigyan natin ng emphasis. How to get the main idea, and then how to locate the supporting details, and paano natatanggal yung mga unnecessary details. So, ang main idea, always remember that is the central message or most important point of a text. It tells you what the content is mostly about. Samantala, ang supporting details, these are facts, examples, explanations, or evidence that explain and strengthen the main idea. So, itong example natin. For example, about sleep. Ang main idea mo is, sleep is important for students. So, ano magiging supporting details mo? So, syempre sasabihin mo ano yung mga importance niya or benefits, like improving memory, boosting focus, and supporting health. O, diba? Ganun siya. Nagigets? Dapat magets. Ayan. So, let's talk about the strategies for extracting main points. Ayan. We have number one, listen to read carefully. Yes, napakalaga, lalo kung speaking. Doon tayo nagli-listen. So, pay close attention to the content. Focus on understanding the overall message before diving into specific details. Ang next one is identify repeated ideas. You have to look for concepts, words, or themes that appear multiple times. Repetition often signals importance and key points. Yes, tingnan daw natin yung mga inuulit. No? Ayan. And of course, you have to ask, what is this mostly about? Kasi nga, we are talking about the main details, no? Or the main point. So this simple question helps you focus on the central message rather than getting lost in supporting details. And of course, ignore extra or irrelevant details. Ma-feel mo naman or malalaman mo naman if kailangan ba to, necessary ba to or not. No, so you have to focus on the core message and filter out information that doesn't contribute to the main point or argument being made. Then you have to take notes. Napakahalaga niyan, no? Lalo kapag speaking. And of course, pag video din, nagtitake note din naman tayo sa lahat ng mga pagkakataon kasi mabilis tayong makalimot, no? Yung buong pinanood, binasa, no? Tsaka ano natin, pinakinggan, hindi lahat ng yon 100% natin ma-absorb, no? Hindi talaga. So you have to write down key points as you listen or read, and this will help you actively engage with the material and creates a reference for a later review. Tignan mo yung mga hindi nagte-take down notes, tapos mamaya, ay ano kasi yon? Ano kasi sabi, di ba? Then you have to summarize in your own words. Hindi naman kailangan tawag dito, hindi kailangang lagi na lang verbatim yung pagkakasulat mo doon, no? You have to restate the main ideas using your own language. If you can explain it simply, better. Diba? Kasi ibig sabihin, mas nagigets mo yung content. Kasi pag di mo siya ma-translate sa sarili mong word, o hindi mo talaga siya naiintindihan, hindi mo siya magawa eh, di ba? Ayun yung signal na nagigets mo na siya. When you can discuss it using your own words. Hindi ka nagbe-base sa word for word. Parang mukha siyang memorization. No? Natatandaan natin to get the main point. Don't just absorb everything blindly. You have to be strategic. Ask yourself, ano ba yung pinakamahalaga na mensahe dito? No? Sabi ko nga, look for the repeated ideas. Ano yung mga strong statements? No? And then use summarize. Lagi. No? For example, yung teacher mo, meron siyang orientation sa inyo. Di ba? Tapos marami siya binigay ng mga examples. No? Um, pero ang lagi niyang sinasabi is yung deadline. So, ibig sabihin, napakahalaga na tandaan mo yung deadline. No? Parang ano lang siya, think smart. No? Do not overload your brain. Lalo kung for ano na lang yan, gigabytes. No? That help identify main points. Yes, dapat alam natin yung mga transitional words, ganyan, no? Alam natin yung mga signals na titignan natin kung eto bang part na to is mahalaga or not. Ayan, look for repeated words. Kanina pa yan, paulit-ulit, sinasabi, no? Ayan, this often highlight key concepts. Ayan, pay attention to the topic sentences, usually found at the beginning of the paragraphs, pero nga hindi laging sa first paragraph ang topic sentences. Pwede pa rin siya mapunta sa gitna, pwede rin siya mapunta sa dulo. Notice the speaker emphasis through tone changes, poses, o kaya naman mga verbal cues like, most importantly, or the key point is, o yan, pag nasabi ng dalawa na yon, pak, ayun yung dalawa, ayun naging main point. You also have to be mindful doon sa mga titles, mga headings or subheadings, ganyan. Because they serve as roadmaps to main ideas. You have to watch for the visual cues such as bold text, ayan, mga graphics, mga captions, ayan, no? Because they draw attention to important information. Sa mga summaries naman, ayan, use those signals to guide you toward understanding the central message of any text. Ayan, no? Most importantly, in summary, in conclusion, the key point is, ganyan, may lumilitaw na gano'n, may sinasabing gano'n. No? Kasi ang mga speakers natin or mga writers, they drop mga cues. No? Kasi hindi smooth yung information kapag wala sa ginamit ng mga signals na ganyan. Mga markers. No? Minsan sasabihin nila, oh, this is the part that you should remember, ha. Oh, yun pa lang, dapat ano ka na doon, attentive ka na doon. Sa mga social media captions, minsan, ina-highlight nila using bold text, o kaya naman, nire-repeat nila yung mga phrases, ayan, no? Kagaya, for example, kapag may mga health campaign, di ba? O, ano yung mga ano nila, word na nilalagay, sasabihin niya, oh, stay hydrated, o tapos, pag nakasulat gano'n, ibig sabihin, yung hydration yung core message nung post or nung announcement. Hindi yung pagka-aesthetic nung plastic bottled water, no? Hindi siya gano'n. Extracting main points tayo from live interactions. O, paano naman ngayon kapag live? No? Ano yung mga gagawin natin para makuha natin yung main point? O, sa mga conversations, yan. So, we have to listen for the speaker's purpose. Doon pa lang naman sa simula, minsan, binibigay naman nila agad yung mga, yung mga objectives, no? Then, you also have to observe the body language kasi nga live yan, nakikita mo, di ba? Kung ano yung pinupunto nila. Gagamit yan ng mga non-verbal cues, facial expressions, gestures, no? Ask clarifying questions to confirm understanding. Kailangan natin na tatanong din tayo. Kasi nga, live yon. May mga instances na hindi klaro yung voice. So, you have to um, throw your questions. Summarize what was said to verify comprehension. No? Ayan. Ang pinaka ano talaga, skill dito is yung summarization. Pag nagawa mo yon in your own words, ibig sabihin nagigets mo yung binasa or yung pinakinggan mo or pinanood. So your main concern is the deadline, correct? Minsan ganun yung mga tanong mo, di ba? So, ang mga live conversations kasi, tricky yan. Kasi nga walang rewind dyan, no? So, you have to listen carefully, observe body language, sabi ko nga kanina, no? Kasi sometimes people say one thing, but their tone says another. Ayan. So, example, yung group mates mo, sinabi nila, it's okay, I'll do it. Kaso mukhang stress siya, tsaka annoyed. So, ibig sabihin, hindi yung pagiging okay ang main point doon. It might be the issue of workload, imbalance, di ba? So, kung ganun yung todo niya, you may ask your group mates na, so you need help with that task? Ganyan, no? Kailangan mo ng tulong, di ba? Ba't ka nagsabi? Mga ganyan, di ba? So, kailangan natin maging mindful sa tone, sa mga non-verbal cues. So, eto medyo madali kasi you can pause, you can replay, hindi kagaya nung live kanina, walang ano yun, 'di ba? Walang rewind. O dito meron naman, no? Pwede kang mag-pause, pwede kang mag-replay so that you can ensure you can catch the important details. You can take note, no, while watching or listening to capture main ideas as they occur. So, ano pa yung mga kailangan mong tignan? You have to watch for the captions for accuracy and emphasis. Lalo kapag dun sa mga malalabong pagkakabigkas, no? You have to identify speaker's purpose by asking, what's the speaker trying to explain, persuade, or share? Ayan. Pag mga recorded text, mas madali siya. Mas may advantage kasi nga may replay, no? At use it wisely. Maximize mo, no? Hanggang sa magets mo siya. Pause, replay, take note, gano'n, no? Don't just watch for entertainment. Watch with purpose. For example, if you're watching, documentary sa klase ninyo, you have to identify muna ano ba yung speaker's goal, to inform ba, to persuade, or inspire. Kasi iba-iba yan kahit na pare-pares ng documentary. Hindi naman lahat dramatic editing ang ibig sabihin, no? Kasi may mga ano doon, factual depth, no? Ayan. So, critical thinking pa rin yung paiiralin natin, no? Hindi puro aesthetic vibes doon. I-takeaways natin dito sa second lesson natin. Ang una, ang main point is equal to central message. The main point is the core idea or argument that the speaker or writer wants you to understand and remember above all else. Yes. No? Napakahalaga na makita mo siya agad. Sa mga usually nasa first first sentence siya. No? Supporting details is equal to explanation. Ayan. Sila yung magpapa-strengthen nung claim na, yung main point na nakakita mo is ayun nga talaga yon. They are facts, examples, and evidence that help clarify, prove, or expand upon the main point. And of course, different text types require different strategies. Iba ang strategies natin para sa spoken, iba para sa written, iba para sa mga multi-modal text, no? Kailangan nila ng iba't ibang approaches. And of course, the golden rule is listen, read, watch, and analyze. No? Ayan. So at the end of the day, ang pinaka-goal natin dito sa lesson na to is marunong tayong mag-extract ng mga main points. And we can filter the other words or the noise lang, no? Hindi lahat ng information equal important and strong, no? Ang mga communicators na magagaling, they know how to separate major points from random extras, no? Yes. Tandaan yung golden rule natin, no? Sa social media man yan, sa mga lectures man yan, live, recorded man na conversations yan, pinakamahalaga yung ability mo to get the real message, no? Kasi it makes you smarter, sharper, tsaka hindi madaling ma-mislead. So, thank you so much. See you sa next video.